Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the examinations guidance session for summer 2020. I'm Sue Donkersley, and I'm one of the product and education specialists, and I'm also joined by my colleague, Jane McFall, who has a similar role to myself. We both support exams, and I'm pretty sure throughout the network meetings, you've met one of us, or at least both. Okay then. So we've got this guidance, we're going to start going through that. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is what's new in the summer upgrade. So effectively, there are two reports that have had enhancements to them. They are both accessible from the sims.net page under Tools Examinations. There's the candidate statement of results and there's a certification broadsheet. Both of these offer a more comprehensive grade description, so you'll be able to see more information with a slightly better breakdown than what you did get from Exams Organiser. Just a note of caution, an exam officer did raise this, both of these reports will not be seen by other users in Sims once you've got your results embargo is in place. So, you know, there's no issue with results being seen prior to the official results day. The 5 remaining languages are now graded at 9 to 1 instead of the legacy star A to G. The 5 subjects are listed there for you, and obviously those will no longer count in the performance indicators from 2020. The really important thing, the service desk opening times. So we've extended our hours. So on Wednesday the 12th and Thursday the 13th of August, the service desk will be open from 7 AM to 5 PM. And on Wednesday the 19th and Thursday the 20th of August, will be open from 8 AM to 5 PM. Right, on the SCOMIS website, you'll find our exams bulletin. Please make sure that you check this regularly because that is the central point where we will update everything. So there's the latest information, lots of updates and useful documentation. Plus there's a host of FAQs that you will find really useful. And I've put the link there, and that link will take you right through to the bulletin and everything that's contained therein. Okay, right, we will be having a summer upgrade. That is anticipated to take place Friday, the 17th of July 2020. We're asking all Sims users to be out of the system by 5 o'clock. If you're not out by 5:30, you will automatically be disconnected. So if you're a hosted school, the upgrade will be applied for you. For non-hosted schools, the upgrade will be available on Solus. If you need any more information, there is a link you can click on there that will take you through to further information and guidance. We do recommend it if you are a non-hosted school that you check that you have IT support and ensure that that upgrade has been applied before the end of term. And we also recommend that you've got access to IT support on your results download days, just in case you encounter a problem, and that's for the non-hosted schools. Right, let's have a look at the things that we can do now. So first things first, download the Results Day Survival Guide. This is a document that Capita has, and we just sort of edit it slightly, but you'll find all the steps I'm going to cover in that, and there's some also expansion on the steps. That's from the exams bulletin, which obviously I gave you the link previously. You might find it quite useful to download the processing results and calculating PI data in Sims and exams. And again, that is a hyperlink. That will give you all the information on all the processes. It's quite a lengthy booklet, so I don't recommend that you print it out. It's probably best to, save it somewhere on your system. But that is sort of the Bible for processing results. Right, next, make sure that you refresh your base data. So that entails you downloading the base data again from the examination board and just refreshing it. And this is crucial because it will ensure that all your grade sets are up to date. Also, there's changes now to the result type, the qualifications, from a B to a 1. And this reflects that only a grade and no marks will be issued this summer. Okay, because obviously they're not going to produce marks because these are all centre assessed grades. If you want to check the refresh has worked, just go onto your base data, expand till you get to an element, right click and go to properties, and you should at element level see the result type showing as 1. That's just a quick tip on how to check. The next thing is A to C. As you know, A to C is the mechanism by which your entries, amendments and your results files are all transmitted to the various examination boards. What you need to do is just go and check the status, and that's by checking the connection to make sure you are ready prior to download results days. Okay, we've probably got lots of old results sitting in our exam inbox, so ideally it would be a good idea to create a folder within your exam inbox, and you could call it archive 2019 results files, previous years, whatever you choose, and then just copy all the results files from the previous year into that folder. So when you download the ones for 2020, those are the ones that will appear in that box, and it just saves you having to try and go through them to work out which is which. Don't archive off your base data that has been bought in, that you made your entries with. That still needs to be in your system. Okay, the next thing to do is to create your results mark sheets, and that's done within Examinations Organiser through Focus, mark sheet setup, or just click on the mark sheet setup icon on the toolbar. This process is exactly the same as when you created your entry mark sheets. Once these are created, when you download your results, all of the grades, all of the results will automatically be populated. And that's quite nice and handy to have if you want to hand them out to staff, email them to staff, however you're going to do that this year. Okay, the Results Day Survival Guide I mentioned earlier, if you refer to page 4, there's a checklist of tasks that you can do in Sims to get ready. I've summarised those steps below, so we'll start to go through those now. Okay, so step 1, define the summer season. I'd be a little bit concerned if you hadn't already done this, but if not, you need to go to Tools, School Setup, Seasons. What you will need to make sure is that it is set as your default season. And by going through that route, select your summer season, and in the bottom right-hand panel, there's a little box that says default season. Just make sure the tick is in there and that it's been saved. Step 2, you need to download and import the latest quant files. So this is all the qualification catalogues that bring in all the wealth of data that sits behind the system. Okay, that can be done from the Sims homepage via Tools, Examinations, Import Qualification Data. And we've put a little link to click here, which will access an FAQ, which is quite thorough on how to download and import all of those files. Before I move on to the next step, just check first steps 3 to 5. Okay, you can check these steps under tools, examinations, manage performance indicators. If you have got qualifications showing for 2020, then you can just move on to step 6. If you haven't got any, then you need to follow steps 3 to 5. Okay, right, so I'm going to go from step 3 for you. On the PI setup page, okay, which you reach via tools, examinations, PI setup, you need to ensure that your summer season, whatever you've called it for 2020, is set as the default PI summer season. Okay, and you must ensure that season is unlocked. So what you need to do on that is just double click on it and it will tell you this is now the default season. Step 4 is just to ensure that you run the collate resetting discounting or collate keeping discounting routines and ensure that's run for the previous year before you clone the QNs. So before you move to step 5, you need to run those routines. Again, it's done via Sims homepage through the tools examination, edit PI. And if you remember, these routines, once the results have been downloaded, collect all the results. It works out all the points values and it puts all those results together. So how many achieved a good pass, a standard pass, how many achieved AABs in a facilitating A level, all those sort of calculations that you get from the reports, etc. Step 5 is to clone the QNs used in previous year, so used in 2019, so that they are copied into your new summer season for 2020. And the route is there for you. Again, it's all done through the PI setup. Okay, once you've actually cloned those QNs, you need to search for and delete any QNs that you're not going to use this year. So that's done via the route from Sims homepage again, tools, examinations, manage the performance indicator. And then step 7 is just basically to add manually any additional QNs that you'll be requiring for the new season. And we've put the route in there. If you need any help on steps 6 to 7, okay, there's a really useful report you can run, and it's a QN correlation report without user-defined QNs. And that can be run again from the Sims page, tools, examinations. Okay, there's a really useful FAQ there, which we've underlined. Click on that, and that will help you step through that task. Okay, so step 8, work through the performance indicator details for each of those QNs, and you need to check that the details, point values, entry equivalencies are all recorded accurately for both Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5, 16 to 18 for the current season. Step 9 is then to ensure that all qualifications for the 16 to 18 cohort, so if you're a post-16 school, have been assigned to the relevant discount family. Again, we've put the route there from the Sims homepage. There are 5-6 categories within the family: general, general vocational, AEA, vocationally related, freestanding maths, and other general. So it's things like, for instance, if you have law and you have sociology, those belong to the same discount family. So it's just ensuring that they're done. Again, if you're not sure and you need a little bit of help, the discount family's FAQ will guide you through. running that particular task. Okay, so big reminder, have you set up a results embargo? Again, you can do this now. If not, you must do this because you do not want unauthorised members of staff accessing those results before the publications day. Okay, and that's done from examinations organiser via tools, school setup, results embargo. The other thing to really point out, in light of JCQ's decision not to release results to students until 8 AM on Thursday the 13th and Thursday the 20th of August, you must specify 8 AM on those 2 Thursdays within the embargo. Again, if you need some help, handy FAQ there for you. If you need to enter any non-EDI results, so for instance, NCFE Level 2 Certificate in Business and Enterprise, that has no base data supporting it, so that would have to be entered manually. Again, there is an FAQ. Just click on that and that will step you through. Okay, so on download days, what do you need to do? Well, first of all, I recommend you have a strong cup of coffee at the side. So you go to your A2C software, and from the A2C homepage, you'll see towards the centre at the bottom, send receive button. You just need to click on that, and that will automatically write all your results files to your exam inbox. Okay, so they're available to import into Exams Organiser. That is crucial that those files are present in the exam box. Okay, and then you just need to pop along in Exams Organiser to Tools, Import Results and Enrolments. You just click on the field browser, that will display the results files in the examine directory. Click the appropriate file name to display the results that are contained therein. Okay, once you've selected your first results file, just click on Import File. As that file starts to go through, you'll see an Import Status section, and that will just sort of jump and skip through. Okay, once that is completely imported in, if you get an error report, okay, it will appear in the error section. That can be printed or saved as a text file. Okay, sometimes you get things like handled exceptions. If handled comes up, it means the system has dealt with it. So you don't have to worry about those. On the exams bulletin page, you will see, if you scroll right the way down, you will see lots of FAQs, and you will see one regarding error reports. So it will tell you exactly what the errors are and what you have to do. If you're stuck at all, don't hesitate, the service desk will be happy to help. Right, and finally, once your files are all imported, you can then run the initial collation and calculation of PI data. So that's your CKD. You can run that, and that's where it amalgamates all the information from the results. And that's done from the SIMS homepage, Tools, Examinations, Edit PI Data. And what you'll need to do is just click OK. That will confirm an up-to-date download. And then, you know, obviously all the calculations have been done for you. Once that process has run its full circle, the Edit PI screen will open. You'll then see your Key Stage 4 cohort, Key Stage 5 cohort, etc. You'll have all the students' names, and then you'll have all that grade detail running along the top. Okay, so you'll be able to see what they got. The other thing is as well, the candidate statement of results and the certification broadsheets from Tools Examinations, okay, that's where you'll find your PI reports for both Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5. And that's what we call the headline news. That's the figures, the collation of all the figures that, you know, schools want to see quite quickly. So if you are using exams for your analysis, you know, that's really useful. Okay, other reports that are available from exams organiser, they all come under reports, results. You can have an element component results report, subject grade analysis, and a group performance analysis. There's lots of other reports. It just depends what you're looking for. If you're actually analysing in exams, you may be a school that actually exports out to a third party. Obviously, you'll all be aware now that the results are not going to be published nationally, and they certainly will not be used to inform any future Ofsted inspections. Schools are actually going to interpret analysis just for internal use for this year. Okay, obviously we haven't got the wealth of the fact of candidates sitting exams and all of the other information that we would generally get back in terms of marks, etc. Okay, right, so just keeping you up to date. Patches do happen quite often, so please do keep an eye on the bulletin page where we will post the latest fixes, any news and all documentation. The other thing is, if you have a problem, you need to ascertain if it's the exam boards. Please do go to them if it's issues, you know, relating to anything to do with the exam boards. Anything else to do with SIMS, exams organiser, then contact the SCOMIS service desk and they'll be delighted to help you. Right, it's handy to subscribe to the bulletins, and we've put a little click here button for you to do that. Okay, that means then you will receive that subscription and all future updates. And I've put the SCOMIS service desk number there, and there's an email. If you have a problem on exams days, it's much better to call us, and then we can get, you know, dealt with swiftly. The other thing we do publish each half term is the password newsletter. So that's got SCOMIS news, any updates that the government has put out there, SIMS updates, including examinations, and any of our products and online services, and ultimately our training suite, various courses, webinars, ScoLearn. If you want a copy delivered directly to you, because we're very much aware it goes out to schools, it doesn't always get disseminated. If you click on that link there, and when that newsletter opens, you click on the latest version. If you scroll right the way down to the bottom of the page, you will see subscribe to future editions. Click on that, just put in your details, and that will ensure that you get a copy every time it's released. Okay, the last thing is to wish you all a great summer, a very safe summer. I know it's been very challenging for all of you this year, but you've all done tremendously well under the pressure that's been put upon us. So I hope you all get a really good break over summer, and I wish you all the best for results days. Thank you very much.